Please welcome the fabulous Richard Dreyfuss and the fabulous Blythe Danner. You know, Bernie Madoff is one of the most reviled men in America, ruined countless lives, cost his family lives. Why take him on? Because you made him, you humanized him. So what was it about the part that said, you know what, I got to sink my teeth in here?
Well, it was, as you say, he's one of the most reviled men in America. He did this amazingly criminal thing. He did it as someone who didn't care what happened to his family. And that character is a great character for any actor to want to play.
It amazes me how much you guys look like Bernie and Ruth in the film. And Blythe, you actually met Ruth before you guys started filming. What did you talk about?
I did. Well, you know, I didn't want to delve too deeply because I looked at this woman who'd lost both of her children, which is just unbelievable. It's hard to even digest that. She's fragile, and yet I thought she was a lovely woman who had just been massacred by this. You know, the fact that she was walking around and able to speak and was surrounded by a lot of love, which I was happy to see, support. You know, her ex-daughter-in-law, her grandchildren. I mean, she was clearly and loved, and I was glad.
So you believe that she didn't know about it?
She did not know about it. He's a sociopath. You know?
I know she didn't.
No,
Well,
and the
isn't it like one
boys.
of those
It's
mafia
really simple.
wives that they don't know, but they know?
No, it's like those Beverly Hills wives or Bayside wives or any wife. You wouldn't say to your husband, what do you really do when you leave the house? Do you really go to that factory? He was, in fact, a sociopath. And he had no empathy for his wife and children. He didn't care.
No.
And it's kind of amazing to kind of suck it in, but that's the truth.
I'm going to switch gears a little bit. If you don't mind, Blythe, you're very close to your two kids, Gwyneth and Jake Paltrow, and recently Gwyneth had posted on her Instagram, and she hashtagged a picture of you, and it says, is it me or my mom?
It wasn't
because
that kind.
you guys look so much alike.
Wow.
Yeah, it really is amazing. And
What's funny about that is I was pregnant with her in that. I was doing a Columbo, and I didn't tell them I was pregnant because I was afraid they wouldn't hire me, you know? So my husband had made this jacket for me, which, not just for that, but it was covered the belly a little, even though she sort of stood up. I didn't pop out for a long time. But yeah, I was pregnant with her in that.
You're still just as beautiful, Blythe.
Oh, yeah.
You are.
We look at your body of work, and you know, American Graffiti, and Close Encounters, and Mr. Holland's Opus, and The Goodbye Girl.
Oh, stop.
You know. But I think one of the iconic roles, of course, is Jaws. And I hear your kids watched it recently, and
they got on the internet actually because both of them have jobs. My daughter is the internet editor for Wired magazine, and Ben is one of the editors of Mother Jones, and so they got on the internet saying that they watched Jaws as adults and thought that it was a kind of piece of crap.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I hope Steven Spielberg's not watching it.
Well, I told them that they were out of the will.
As any good dad would say.
And Blythe, you know, you've been in so many movies. I mean, wonderful work you've done over the years. And Meet the Parents, don't we love her in that? So funny and wonderful. How do you guys remember your lines? This is the one thing I admire in actors. I mean, one time I was reading something about you that you use some, if it's very technical language, you have a trick. What is it?
Medical language. Well, I had to deliver a baby in a pilot once, and it was just gobbledygook. So I put two big cards on the lady's thighs, where the baby was going to be zipping out. But of course, it's all pretend. And she had tights on, and I said, "Would you mind if I put two cards on your times. And I had to say all this stuff, and then I had to look at the two nurses at the end, and they each had a card on their head because I couldn't remember what
like Brando did that.
But this was technical.
Sometimes you got to make it. You got to make it roll. You got to put it where you can. There is so much admiration, just as actors, towards y'all, but just as people. You know, you're both really smart and wonderful, and we want to thank you for coming. And the two-part miniseries, Madoff, airs tonight and tomorrow night at 8 p.m. right here on ABC. And we will be right back.